No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host, SwampSwimmer, and with me, as always, the Socrates to my Plato, Vespasian.
Yeah, I missed that intro. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. It's been a while. I just got back from my almost a month-long vacation. I was in London for a week, Paris for a week, and New York for a little over a week. And it was fantastic. I'm just going to point out right now, I had the best time. I had never been to Paris before. You know, and all you can hear about is Paris. Like, I don't know. You hear about Paris here in America, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And I went there. It was fantastic. I could see myself moving there. I loved it so much. I guess I just like hanging out in cafes and drinking and looking at people walk along the street. It was really a great time. But it made me think about how the whole gaming experience can be different in different countries. And let me. Here in the U.S., it's very similar. We drive to the location, usually park in a parking lot, play the game, maybe go to a restaurant afterwards. Nothing fancy. That's kind of the American way in my mind. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it different in other countries? For instance, like the guys in Britain play in the pub. Do they always go for a beer afterwards? Do people take their models on public transportation in cities instead of driving to going to play games? My question for any of our listeners who are in France or Belgium, I know Matt CD's in Belgium, I think. Is he?
Switzerland?
No, he's in Switzerland. Oh, I thought he was in Belgium. I'm completely wrong. I love the cafe culture, I guess you can call it, in Paris. People just hang out in cafes and spend a long time and just sip some drinks. Does that happen to Ninth Age players? You all go to the cafe after a game and chat it up? I don't know. I'd love to hear from the comments. I'd love to hear from you, Vespasian. Different experiences around playing a game with your buddy than just the usual drive to the store and play a board game.
Yeah, I since we last chatted, I think I mentioned that I'd gotten a couple of my friends kind of getting back into the hobby, and we did a get together this past weekend, and we sort of like made like a day of it, right? Like we went out and got sandwiches and hung out in the backyard and kind of made it we sort of did a little bit of sort of like pre-strategy talk because they're still getting into it, and then a little bit of a afterwards kind of a debrief and everything. So it was I kind of like that, sort of more casual, less worried about amount of time, more worried about kind of the experience and the overall fun of it. I think I've missed that in my gaming over the course of the last few years, certainly with COVID and that, and everything. I mean, I love the tournaments, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I felt like that was kind of what got me into the game when I was like 13, having gone to friends' houses for birthday parties and just playing a bunch of random games and having fun with it. So it's I like getting back to the origins for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the having the extra time around the game when you're just playing for fun, not in a tournament where it's just like game on Saturday. It's adds the experience. I will like just the hanging out aspect is half the fun of this game, right? Anyway, if anyone's watching from any other country or any other living situation in the middle of a city or way out in the boonies in the country somewhere, let me know about your experiences. Hit me up in the comments. Let us know. But let's get on to the battle report. We are in round 4 of the Wicked GT, the final tournament of the Skink Blender, my classic skink list. And I can't even remember what I got on the first 3 games, but I get paired into CJ. CJ I played a few times. He's on Asklanders. I think this is the second time I played. Excuse me, Asklanders. And we get paired into each other. Counter thrust, King of the Hill. Yeah. If you are interested in my list, please click the link right above my head. It'll take you to the round 1 video of this tournament, and we go through my list in a little more detail. But let's see what CJ is taking. So he's taking a Master on Shamanism, Adept on Witchcraft. I think the Norse Bones gets you, allows you to select any spell from the list.
Master spells, right?
Yeah. He's got a Chief General, a badass Chief on foot, a Chief BSB on foot with Destiny's Call and paired weapons, got a Naked, a Chief that has the Longship raid, so he's going to go with the Raiders, a big block of Spear and Shield guys with the Rending Banner. These are the 30 Asklanders with paired weapons, thrown weapons. Those are the ones that are going to be ambushing and Banner Discipline. 15 Asklanders with bows, Warhounds, 37 Huskarls, these are like the elite guys. They're pretty brutal with Spear and Shield. A big block of 8 Ice Trolls. A Big Brother Giant with a Tribal War Spear, which is going into one of the units. I can't remember which one. And then also a Marauding Giant with just a Giant Club.
A lot of bodies.
Yeah, I think I'm going into it. This is definitely a big body list. You know, lots of wounds on the table. I think that's relatively in my favor. He doesn't have much shooting. He doesn't have any pyro magic, so I think this is verging on a green for me, verging on a better matchup for me. I don't think it's by any sense. I don't think it's a great matchup, but I think it's a better matchup for me.
Yeah, you have your main block has the attack volume definitely to deal with it, and I can't remember. You don't have salamanders in this one.
No, this is not the flamey list.
Too many Saurian lists. Okay, I was gonna say this would be a great one for that.
Oh my god, yeah.
And you also are not super shooty, which is good because Shamanism Master and Witchcraft Adept is like the ultimate anti-shooting. Magic.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I'd agree. I think that you're Skink Strike first. You've got a ton of attack volume. You got things to handle the monsters. Yeah, I think those Huskarls are going to be. I think you're right. That's the tough one. That matchup in the center of the table because they're bodyguard with that.
Yeah.
That general, right? Yeah.
So let's see. Let's get to the game. So here's the matchup. I'm gonna go my army left to right first. I've got my Cayman block with my Cayman general in it. Pterodons, the Stygiosaur behind them. One Skaman unit, the Thyroscutus, my Skink Blooder with all my characters in it. Another Thyroscutus, another Skaman unit, and then my Pterodons on the far right. So if I remember this correctly, hold on one second. This was Counter Thrust King of the Hill. Yeah, so we had to drop 3. He ended up dropping earlier than me, and then I reacted by putting everything on the far left here. I wanted to sweep him from the left. Because I felt like... Because he did get the first turn, right? No, that's after... Oh, that's after Vanguard. Yeah, there you go. No, that's after his move. This is after his move. Okay. So, yeah. He dropped to go first after dropping 3. And I responded with his Giants on the left with a great weapon. This unit is the unit of Spear Shield guys. This is the Huskarls with the characters with the Big Brother Giant. The Ice Trolls, the Bow guys, and then the dogs on the far right there. So I was looking at this and I'm like, I feel like I can blend through most of these units because I've got the static combat reds with these Skaman units to break his steadfast and then get a power like either the blender or the Cayman into the unit also and to blow through them. I don't have that power to get through the Ice Trolls. So that's what I'm thinking of attacking him on the left. and sweeping him. That's what I was thinking.
Did the ice trolls puke?
I think they can troll belch, yeah.
They still can? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So then even the Thyros is not a good answer. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the right approach.
So his top of turn 1, he just basically moves forward. I moved.
Do you remember which terrain is which? Because you had to. It's King of the Hill. You had to pick.
Oh yeah, what was it? I think I picked this forest here, and he picked the field in the center.
Let's fight it out.
He basically moves up. Nothing too surprising here. I don't think he gets any real magic off. Yeah, so this is bottom of 1. Throw. I kind of try to outcircle him here. I throw out the Thyroscutus to maybe have him take the bait and it'll stick, and then I can countercharge with something. Yeah. Let's see. Did I get magic off here? Oh, he got break the spirit off on my Cayman unit in his magic phase, and then back here, what does that say? Can't read it. I don't know.
Scarification or something.
Yeah.
Or evil eye. Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to throw up and kind of try to create a trap for him, and he charges with his giant. Let's see here.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I think he goes in, and he continues to circle around. I think he's playing it kind of cagey in the center, which is, I don't think the right move, because I can go in and kill a bunch of guys with the Skink Plunder, but I'm not going to break through that unit. So yeah, he played a little cautiously here, which, and then in turn 2, his Longship Raiders come up here, which is not amazing for me, but not horrible. Yeah. So then
it's probably the objective, because if you did pick the forest, that's good positioning there.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So in my turn, so over here with the Thyroscutus, I stick, which is nice. I think I do. It looks like I do maybe a wound or 2 against him, and I'm done. He does 3 wounds to me, but I stick because I'm stubborn, and my general's right there, or my my reroll. So in this case, let me go back 1 picture. In here, I saw a really great opportunity. I could charge the front corner to corner with my Skaman unit, and then if I charge the flank of his giant with both my Stygiosaur and my Cayman unit, I could hang the Cayman off the edge here, off the edge of the giant, and then overrun into his unit here. That's what I was thinking. I rolled it out. Everyone made it except for the damn Caymans, the ones I needed to make it. So I was like, shoot, it was like a 6 on dice to make it, so it was a pretty good odds, but didn't happen. So I throw a Pterodons up here to chaff both of these big blocks. And I send the Skaman unit up here to counterattack. Down here, I turn the my Skaman unit to face these guys. You notice a few guys are dead because he did thrown weapons into them. I also run the Thyroscutus up there too, because I think the Thyroscutus against them is a great combat for me, because he doesn't have AP.
Doesn't he just have to, like, I mean, I guess we'll see, but wouldn't he just have to kind of like pivot, shift over, put his toe in the forest, and then you guys will just fight there forever, essentially?
Basically.
Okay. Let's see what he does.
So in my combat over here, I kill the giant and end up just sticking here. And then in his turn, he charges with his Longship Raid into my Skaman unit. I didn't feel good about it, so I fled. And then I think he redirected into the Pterodons, and I fled with them also. So that leaves him just failed charge right here. Of course, he takes the charge into the chaff in the center of the board. That's about it. So we're not ending up with any combats. What did I put here? No, I put up healing waters, but it didn't make a difference.
He's given it's the thing that you fear the most. He's really being quite tentative with those trolls.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's see. In my turn, what do? I go for... So he kills the chaff, and I go for the charge with the Skaman unit and my Stygiosaur into his unit with spear and shield and no characters in it. So I think this is a pretty good matchup for me. I can't remember if yeah, okay. I get healing waters up on this unit, which is a very, very good thing for me. Everything else, and also I charge with my Thyroscutus down here into his Longship Raid guys. And what happens, and in the center here, I was thinking if I blow them out in the center, this Stygiosaur is going to overrun into the next unit, but he's in their flank, barely. So only thing I was leaving him was a long charge with his trolls into my Skaman block, or my Skink Blunder. That's a pretty long charge. I think it was something like an 8 or a 9 on dice, maybe a 10. But in his turn, first of all, the combat on the left, I blow up his spear unit, run him down with the Skaman unit. With the Stygiosaur, I stick and basically chaff the big unit with the Stygiosaur. The Thyroscutus wins combat by 1. He's steadfast, but he fails his steadfast check. Runs off the board, or I think I catch him or something. I don't remember. But in the center, what he does is he goes for a long charge with the giant out of the unit, the ice trolls, and some dogs into my Skaman unit. I'm very, very scared. This is not what I wanted to happen. And he's really betting if he breaks through. If he doesn't break through, I've got my Cayman unit right here that's just going to destroy him.
Oof. Stressful.
So it's really interesting combat because basically I'm going first everywhere, or the characters are going first.
Are your Cayman's great weapons?
No, halberds.
Big unit?
Halberds.
Okay.
So they're strength 6.
Yeah, but that giant with the war spear it's towering presence. That's right. Never mind. I'm just envisioning that giant just or the Cayman. Anyway, sorry, don't mind me. Go ahead. So
basically I need to do really well, and I think, do I have a buff up here? No, I don't. I don't even have a buff up. And I'm I've just got to kill a lot of guys before he swings. I got to get lucky. And then it comes to the combat, and I clear the back rank of trolls. He kills a bunch of skinks, and I am barely steadfast.
Okay.
So I took out his back rank of trolls, so he only has 1 rank, and as you can see, I've got just barely 2 ranks. And I stick.
Wow.
Very, very lucky for me. CJ, I'm sorry. That was very lucky for me.
I wonder what the math is on that, because he's got ice trolls don't have the armor, so they're just a 4-up.
I think so. I can't remember.
You probably do 12 wounds easy, right? I feel like.
Yeah, I gotta do 24 wounds, and then he's saving half of them.
I feel like you should, because their defensive's crap. You got hatred, poison. I mean,
yeah, but really,
maybe you should be scared of them. And he doesn't have great combat buffs either. What is the spell that he got up?
That's the Asklanders spell, which is +1 armor.
That's a good one. The plus armor. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is also, he's got the giant coming in that he's hitting on 4s, but then he's thunder stomping maximized.
I think you did what you should have done. I think he underperformed. Is my like.
I agree. I think the dice got him. He should have done more, and I did about what I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And because I stuck, I basically countercharged with both the Stygosaur and the big Cayman unit. As you can guess, I don't know if this is the last picture. I blow through the unit, run it down. And I think that's just about, it. I can't remember. I think he was thinking of charging with this big block and he chose not to for some reason. And we basically tie on the secondary and we end up with a 15-5 for me. I just beat him on points. Is that right? Or did I get the secondary? I can't remember.
If it was the field and the forest, then you got the secondary.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because you got your Caymans there.
Exactly. That's why I put the Caymans there. Yeah, so I won the secondary. So I beat him 12-8 on points and then got the secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game. I think he just played too not aggressive enough at the early turns. He really could have pushed forward hard, and I really didn't have an answer for it. I mean, the Skink Blender into his big block is gonna do a bunch of damage to him, but it's not gonna break the unit. And I haven't.
He'll do a bunch.
Yeah, and the Skink.
The girls are pretty up, aren't they?
Yeah, there's something like that. Yeah, there's something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty decent. I just think that like if you have way more chaff than him, and he's very blocky.
Yeah.
Like I think that he needed to force the chaff out with some aggressive kind of sacrificial moves to try to generate the combats he wanted in the later game, and I think instead he just kind of tried to do everything all at once when you had the chaff to minimize it, mitigate it.
Yeah, exactly. And I got lucky down here with the long ship raid and having them break. Yeah. So it's a great game. Thank you, CJ. This is the second time I played CJ. Thank you. He's got a beautiful army, by the way. I think he printed all of these models and did custom bases to all of them.
Oh, that giant is awesome, the big brother. Look at that. Wow, that's a cool, and I like the ice theme. Yeah, very nice. That looks like a fun army to play against.
But yeah, that puts me up to 3 wins and 1 loss after this. So I'm doing pretty well in this tournament. I'm pretty happy so far. But next bat rep will go into round 5, and that will be the final farewell to the Skink Blender. We were supposed to have these videos out a lot earlier because I was expecting the Saurian Ancient book to drop by now, but it hasn't dropped. So this is good timing. So yeah, next battle report will be my last report with the old Skink book, or the old, not Skink book, Saurian Ancient book, but in my heart it's the Skink book. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.